people are in such heavy denial when it comes to this, because when you suggest to somebody that this is what's happening, you're implying that they've been taken in, that they've been duped, that they've been mugged off. And of course they have. And I was, I'm openly coming out and saying, yes, for many, many years, I was being deceived and I was made a mug of. And I don't like the fact that I was, but I can recognize it. And now I can resolve to not get fooled in the same way again. But people hate it when you bring this information to them. And they will hate the messenger more than they will hate those that are actually creating the problem. So you can tell them that, if they're a lifelong Rolling Stones fan, you can point out many of the dark, occult, unsettling, sinister elements to the Rolling Stones history and point out their connection to groups like the Church of Satan and the Process Church and all this kind of stuff. And they'll hate you for it because they love the Rolling Stones and they don't want to hear it. Well, it's not me that made this happen. It's not me that made it this way, and I would never have chosen for it to be this way. I'm just someone that's recognized what's going on, and I've taken on the moral responsibility to communicate this information to other people, because when you come to truth, you can't just sit on your ass and do nothing with it. It's not enough just to absorb it and say, okay, now I understand what's going on in the world, and I'm just going to hold on to that information and, make it work for me. You take on that responsibility when you come to these understandings of spreading that as far and wide as you can so that other people have the opportunity to come to these understandings in the same way that you did. So that's why I do this. I don't do this for fun. Absolutely not. So many other things I'd prefer to be doing. But I recognize that I'm in a position to be able to put this information out. And as someone that can write and as someone that's done radio and can communicate in that way, that's what I need to do to play my part and participate in the process that needs to take place. But people hate to hear it, and they're in very heavy denial because they don't want to admit that they've been mugged off. Well, we've all been mugged off. Every one of us. We've spent our entire lives being lied to and being conditioned through the so-called education system, through all the lies that we've got from government, all the lies we've been told by the mainstream media. It's not that we're stupid, or it's not that there's anything we need to feel ashamed of, because we've all been deceived in the same way. So the question becomes, which of us want to continue being lied to and being mugs and living in that deception, and which of us are mature enough to admit that we've been taken in and now want to find out how it was done and make sure it doesn't happen again.